Today is a special treat because you notice this is not my pantry. We are actually at a loved one's home and they have graciously allowed me to film their pantry and declutter it for them. And this is the first time I've ever done it, so I'm quite excited. I've got some fun storage solution ideas planned, and this is going to be really fun to organize because of just how unorganized it is. Because my pantry is like an organized mess, so it's not near as satisfying just shifting things around. I have a feeling this is going to leave us with a much more satisfying impact. We are going to have realistic goals for this pantry. I'm going to try and use the organization things that she already has. We're going to go through and just get things grouped together in like items so that it's easier to see. You know, when you want crackers, you look in the cracker section. When you need a canned item, you look in the canned section. I'm a big fan of just using what you already have. It does not need to be Pinterest worthy. It just needs to be a system that works for you, or in this case, my loved one. My plan of attack is just to go shelf by shelf and start moving things around. I have their kitchen island here to pull stuff out, but I really want to try and limit how much I do that because your girl gets overwhelmed. Okay, and we don't want that to happen. That would be a disaster to destroy somebody's kitchen and then shut down. So don't want to do that. My strategy for this pantry declutter was inspired by Dana K. White's No Mess Decluttering. If you haven't seen her video on that, I highly recommend it. In my early decluttering days, I used to pull everything out of a closet or a space so that I could start fresh, and it would force me to touch everything before putting it back in. And, you know, in some cases, I still do it, but I have really been trying to change my approach because I would get paralyzed, or I might have a bad energy day and I would be left with a mess out on my kitchen counter or wherever. But here I am still touching everything. I'm just making decisions right there. Am I tossing it? Is it expired? Okay. What is this shelf going to be? It was already pretty much a cereal shelf, so that's kind of what we were going to keep it as, a cereal. It ended up being a pasta shelf, a breakfast shelf. So, and then I would start moving things around like that. In the beginning, it was a little slow going because I was checking for expiration dates, but I ultimately, I kind of fudge a little bit on expiration dates myself, so I didn't feel right about throwing any of their food away that may or may not have been expired. But I did throw away things that were obvious trash, things that had been opened and were way expired, those sort of things. And then I kind of just left it up to them to, use what they want to use or toss what they want to toss from that point. But it did take some trial and error, as do most projects. And but the No Mess Declutter was definitely the way to go here. And can we just give this video a thumbs up to show our appreciation to this person for letting us in their home? It is definitely nerve-wracking letting somebody in your home, period, to help. Much less letting somebody who's going to film it and put it on the interwebs. I know that was extra nerve-wracking for my dear loved one here. And we actually, while I was doing it, we were talking about why it's hard to let people in, why it's hard to share kind of our skeletons per se. And I want to know your thoughts. When you are in a time of need, what is it? Can you pinpoint what it is that holds you back from asking for help? Is it embarrassment? Is it fear of judgment? It is because you compare yourself and you don't want to be exposed. Is it rejection? Are you afraid of somebody rejecting you? Can you pinpoint what it is that keeps you from reaching out to somebody for help? I've gotten a lot better over the years at asking for help. I do still have like a select few people, really just one person, maybe two people, that I can really go to and ask for help. And I think for me, the biggest thing is embarrassment. I think I have an unrealistic expectation for myself, or an unrealistic definition in my mind on what a good wife and mother is. And I know I fall short of that. And so I don't want to let people in and be exposed. You know what I mean? And what's been interesting is some of the people that I've looked up to, on the outside, I'll go to their home. Everything's put together. Everything has a place. You can do the white glove. And I'm like, how do you do this all the time? Because it's virtually impossible for me. And you know what? Some of them have come back to me after watching a video and just said, thank you, Shannon. Thank you for showing the real messes. It's good to see a real... And I'm like, what? Here all along, I thought you had it together. And what I've learned is we all struggle, I still marathon clean before you come over if I have enough notice. And if I don't have enough notice, I don't stress about it. You're still welcome over at my house. And I'm okay with you seeing the mess. I hope it offers my friends freedom that when I come over to their house, it doesn't have to be perfect. I get it. I want them to know that I get it. And we don't have to hide from each other. We don't have to stress when one another goes to each other's houses. And if you need help and I'm over there, I'm going to help you. And I don't have to film it. The only reason why I'm filming today is because my loved one wanted me to in support of my channel. And that's it. I would have done it anyway. Alright, we have quite a bit of seeds, and I'm going to pop them up here. They may actually get their seeds and nuts, and those kind of snacks may get their own bin. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out this thing. We have quite a bit of like plastic wrap and baggies, and I think that will be perfect for organizing those. I'm not quite sold on this can organization system here. My thought is I grouped like items together in items that they had quite a bit of. But I think that canned items are going to get their full shelf. Well, I don't know, because I don't want to weigh these down, because it looks like maybe we're having issues with them being attached to the wall. So we're just going to put a pin in this now, and I know a solution will come to me later. I have just been informed that this cable is to keep the plastic liners and baggies from falling off the shelf. So the integrity of the shelves is good. So we give an A+ for ingenuity on that one. Hello, we're going to be trying something new. I'm going to give you a whole nother angle. Hopefully this works. This is the first time I've ever used this GoPro. I actually got the idea from Homeschooler Picker. Anyway, she does garage sales and she wears one of these, and it gives you a really cool vantage point. So I'm going to try it and do cleaning, because this pantry is small. So if you see me wearing it, that's why. I'm a bigger girl, and I'm sure it's not supposed to be worn like this. This kind of gives a whole new meaning to bosom buddy. You're going to be my bosom buddy today. Let's hope this works. Guess what I took off. I took off the bungee cord. The GoPro, in fact, did not work. It probably would have helped if I looked up a user manual or something. Silly me, thinking I was with it enough to just power it on up and go. You did get a little clip of video footage of when I first put it on, but that's all I got. It apparently also has another setting where you can do time-lapsed photos, and that's what I ended up getting, about 1,000 still frame shots instead of video. I bought this on the marketplace for $50 just to play with. I thought, oh, what do I gotta lose? It could be a cool new vantage point for my videos, so we're just going to take this project as a learning lesson and go home and read the manual. Look what I found. It's a kitchen wrap organizer. All right, cool. We're gonna put this together. When you can't find stuff, things tend to accumulate, like 4 things of foil. So hopefully this will make it so they can see what they have and be able to use it, and then eventually that'll open up more space too. How do y'all have your plastic wrap and foil stored? Mine I keep in a drawer, and I'm not 100% satisfied with that. I kind of want one of those little bamboo holders where you can stick them in and it will help contain better, because the drawer always gets caught on the cardboard box. Okay, I think I figured out what I want to do in here. I ended up moving those foils up high because they're sticking out, and it was going to get in the way of like the broom that sits over here. And so to eliminate that, we're going to put it up there. We've got the plastic wrap and foil section, and then this can section, which is the one that had me stumped, but I think I know what I want to do because there's not many more cans lying around. So I've got canned meats up here, and then I'm going to do these little Campbell soups over here. Probably move these over here as well, and then this can be the canned meat soup section. And then this turntable will be beans on the bottom and then random miscellaneous cans on top. So I think that will work great. Then we're going to clear out the spaces down here. I think I'm going to make this like a baking section because I have a little bit of baking mixes. This will be a snack shelf. So I think we've got a pretty good plan moving forward. These down here. Try and have all the labels facing outward. In fact, I think I'm going to put this in the snack bin. You got a little bit of a glimpse of the island that I'm working on, and I did have little bins going. So as I was relocating things on the shelf, I also had little bins that I was putting things in, and it really helped with that no mess decluttering style, having the bins sitting out ready to receive. These are both open bags, so we're going to consolidate those. See, here I am in the middle of this massive declutter, and if I had to stop right here, it wouldn't be too terribly bad for me to stash away those bins in the pantry. So I was a big fan of this strategy. I was very fortunate that she had a lot of organizational tools already in there, and I spent about $18, $19 on these 6 little white bins, and another $18 or $17 on the labels that I use later on. So in total, I only spent about, oh gosh, you're going to make me do the math. 18, we're just going to say 36. So I didn't spend a whole lot on this organization. These bins were actually perfect for what I needed them for. I was able to fit 4 nicely across. They hold little snacks for them, and I almost forget to use the labels, but y'all will have to stick around to the very end to see those, because it just ties everything in together. If you saw my latest, I don't know if I think it was the procrastination video where I used the chalkboard labels, and it comes with a clip-on, a sticker, and the marker. They're my new favorite thing. I love it when something fits perfectly. Like, it just brings me joy. Having a pantry door organizer really amplifies a small pantry. Our pantry is pretty small, and we got one, and it just opened up my world. It gave me probably the equivalent of a whole extra shelf, maybe even 2 extra shelves. So if you have a small pantry, I highly recommend one of these. So what are y'all working on this week? What are your goals? Are you taking care of yourself? Have you made sure to hydrate? Eat a healthy meal? I need to know my friends out there are taking care of themselves. If you have anything you need prayers on, you're welcome to put those in the comment section as well. Or you can find me on Instagram and send me a DM, and I will get you added to my prayer list. This week I am in full-blown school prep mode. I am so far behind on getting organized. I haven't even cleaned up our homeschool corner. I haven't touched it. I try to avoid looking at it, and it shows. So this week I'm working on organizing that and getting set up for our homeschool, and I do plan on sharing that and the checklist we use to help the school year run as smoothly as possible. It may actually be 2 videos worth. One just doing the cleaning, organization, decluttering, and then maybe one that's more homeschool focused on what it looks like for us. I figured it would be fun to share that because, you know, a lot of the prep and stuff I do could easily apply for, you know, somebody who doesn't homeschool, somebody who goes to public school. So it's just kind of like a back to school kind of organization. So let me know what y'all think about that. But the priority this week is to get things decluttered. Clothes, books, that sort of stuff. Okay, back to this video. Getting this floor cleaned up was probably the most satisfying part of this declutter. They also have one of those vac mops like me, and they were storing it just on the outside of the pantry, and we were able to put that in the pantry for them, so get that visual clutter out of the main kitchen area. All right, here in just a few seconds, I'm going to reveal the new pantry to my loved one, but let's take a look at where we started from. Her reaction is priceless. All right, come take a look at your pantry.
Oh my goodness, that looks awesome. Way to go, sweetie.
Look, even Daisy can check out. She likes her little hideaway.
That looks great. I can't believe it.
So let me go over to you what we've done here. I've got kind of like your cereals, your breakfasts, and your pastas. Okay?
Nice.
These are like your wraps and some of your bags. I put these here.
Yeah.
And this is taped to the box, so
great.
It shouldn't go anywhere. You have just a little bit of baking stuff. This is pretty cool. Your condiments,
nice.
Oils, vinegars, canned stuff. We got broths. Beans are on the bottom. Miscellaneous is on top. Soups.
Wow, that's nice.
Canned meats. And the country ham. Then down here we have, oh, you know what I almost forgot? Labels. So we're going to add some labels here in just a second. But we've got dried fruit, sweet snack, salty snack, and then spice packets. Your sanitization equipment, coffee and coffee filters, and your Goya snacks. And I was able to leave the bottom empty. Your broom, and I bet you your vacuum we can squeeze in there.
Yeah. These are the vacuums to stay plugged in.
Well, you just run the thing under the...
It's the little things in life.
If you could see her face, that was priceless. And then, you know, beans, plasticware, and straws. This is your, like, nuts and chips. Nuts and chips. And then we've got trash bags. I can't believe I almost forgot the labels. It's my most favorite part. But seeing her reaction just made this that much better. It actually wasn't even that hard. I had a lot of fun doing it. I will tell you, organizing for somebody else is way more fun than organizing for yourself. I was actually visiting this person in San Antonio, and when we were planning the visit, she was telling me about her pantry and how it was just stressing her out and if I could come in and help. And so I think seeing her reaction and knowing how much easier that's going to be for her and cause a little bit less resistance in her life, I think that's what brings me the most joy. And we just had some great quality time together. You probably heard her laughing in the background, which just cracks me up. You know, we were having lots of conversations and giggling and all that. So she was tickled by how awkward I was with the camera, because it's kind of awkward talking to the camera and no one else in the room. And so I kind of had a little audience there. It was a lot of fun. So I guess if you wanted to take on a challenge, I challenge you to, organize a drawer, organize a closet for someone, and do a small act of kindness. And if you do, report back and let me know. Tell me that was not satisfying. Tell me. We got rid of 2 large trash bags of expired food and just trash. And we were able to group everything together. Everything is so visually appealing. That was satisfying. And that was a lot of fun to do. And it looks amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you aren't already, please subscribe or at least give this video a like. That helps the channel out. And of course, if you haven't already, go say something kind to yourself. I mean it. Be kind to yourself. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.